window. Room with windows. Lamp. Room, window, lamp. Air. Room, air, window, lamp. Breathe. Room with air to breathe. Window, lamp. Gold. Room, air to breathe. Gold lamp. Fish. Room with air to breathe. Goldfish lamp. Steady. Room with air to breathe. Goldfish. Steady lamp. Blinking. 2. In the. Three things flashed by. Fat from a Midwest heifer. Some actor asshole with lamentation talking about free comedy. And the smell of success. Suck in. Ignore the heat, the stench, the corporate. Believe in yourself. Believe in 43rd Street. Hands feel cracked and contagious today. $5 for a picture, 10 if you video. Because Elmo's time ain't free. Elmo ain't here for your germ-infested rodent kids. Elmo's here for me. And Elmo's alone. For Elmo's dying skin that is collecting in Elmo's furry glove. But they'll come. Oh yes, they'll come. Flatulence is contributing to the sauna under the suit. The odor is masked by 43rd Street. Stretching, knife wound itches. But it's a thing of the past. St. Jude's. Bullshit. Specialist. Bullshit. Insurance reps. Bullshit. Vaccines. Bullshit. Chemical that's supposed to prevent disease, pumped into a smiling, blue-eyed ball of energy. Bullshit. He knew the words to every. When the lights go down in the city, Elmo is here. Wishes Elmo was on the bay. He loved soccer. Now he just loves balls. But he keeps running. He used to love all books, now he just loves one. We always said he'd be a genius. Shape the walls of possibilities. Now he just grasps at a piece of string and shakes. These hands hold 2 books. One for war, one for sleep. Not fair for a kid to have to ask a machine for permission to breathe. Good night, Moon. Permission always granted, but still not fair. The sound grates the skin, zested out in strident particles of nausea. The tubes planted in him, growing, extracting fluid, every bit a part of him. Good night, cow, jumping over the moon. Good night, and the red balloon. Salt-encrusted tear duct Death Valley's up. He keeps on breathing with permission of the machine. Bears, good night. And the room isn't near as interesting as the book. Three things flash by. Hot pavement, escorting the old lady escorted by Dawson paws as they slither by. The crumpled eyes of Lincoln's staring up at Elmo for my have a nice day cup. And the other Elmo from the block staring at this Elmo from the block with his googled eyes. His furred hands gripping in fury. That's okay. Elmo's gonna mad dog him right back. This is how it goes for this Elmo on the block. 2 feet back from the stench. He loved to play chess, loved his queen, loved to create havoc, loved to grin, laughed when he pushes people off ballots, keeps the fire burning.
A good general sneers at his opponent, even though his opponent is wearing a funny hat. It's a really funny hat. Like, really funny. A Cookie Monster pulls Elmo aside and says, Cookie Monster's Elmo's friend. Says he's trying to warn me that Elmo don't want to be on this street. That Elmo should watch Elmo's back. The people are working in a workshop right now to create a large target for Elmo's back. And it'll be beautiful, but it'll hurt. For real, it'll hurt. I take a large pause. Talk is not only plentiful, but it also happens to be very easy to obtain. It is, in a word, cheap. And Elmo will counter such talk with such beauteous action that the world will not know what beauty is. Can't imagine where these people come from. 17-year-olds who watch too much Sex in the City. 40-year-olds who haven't even read or watched or heard anything about the city. Tall, robust, red-cheeked packs of women who screech at each other, raising their claw-like members and gesturing in freakishly frantic attempts to hurt each other into aimless, sinister, money-hemorrhaging binges. My name is unimportant, but I stand here on this blank, levitational canvas with nothing but blank feeling and blank words and blank future, just being here blank. And here I'll being, filling this blank canvas with nothing but blankness and leprous thought. And that's when, to the great relief of the people who sometimes listen to me, the words will come out in some kind of an order, or some kind of an order. Can't grasp anything with my hands. I keep letting the cameras flash because Elmo can't hold anything for longer than 5 minutes. It makes it difficult to work, difficult to own anything tangential. It does hurt at first. Things just stop working. They can't ungrasp. They can't ungrasp. They can't believe at one point they had motion. And then breath comes, and the hands realize the pain and agitation they inflict, and the tendons wake up and loosen slowly, and the hands work, and the ugliness is gone, and the ugliness is gone. Then one day when the light was low and the spirit was moderately high, the pain and ugliness burst outside. The skin stiffens and chips, and can't seem to wrench Elmo from the grasp of Elmo's brain. Dancing gum, logos fly down on me. Heineken, J&R beer, beer, beer. Incredibly inappropriate flyers for inappropriate TV shows. Fake free comedy shows. Actors, more actors. Smells of desperation, teetering on failure. Flyers for Mary Poppins, sear the eyes. Collected nausea builds up. Someone tries to give gum and act retarded and talk about shrimp in front of Bubba Gump restaurant that smells like excrement. Applebee's exhausted, spells itself into the air, hijacks the nostrils. Theater interns kiss up to seemingly important assistant producers. The teeth in the mouth threaten to rot out. A city employee warbles that it costs $7 to breathe the air in the square. Ellipses. Stand alone, ready for the flash. Smell the phosphorus. Totally fictitious, I'm aware, but the nostrils sting anyway. Image capture forever. The soul's is leased out in a digital world. Still, see the smoke rise from the flash. The moments are concreting into a fractal pacing. The kid tries to pee on Elmo's leg, kick the snot bag quickly. Blame it on the second Elmo from the left. We all look alike. Second extends hand. Elmo, don't hold people close like that. They'll cross you. Elmo wasn't meant to be known. Elmo always been walking through the crowd. Elmo can't seem to find the path, but it'll come. And when it does, Elmo will let them know they should have been watching. But here, Elmo could be, and Elmo won't lose for those who hold me up high. Those who hold me up, they hold donuts. Elmo should hold the world. Elmo holds the world. Sway with me. Dig deep. War is a grave state of affairs. No way Elmo lose the war. No way Elmo lose the way. 43rd Street is a place of life and death. Can't die. Gotta be here for Elmo's family. A road that leads to Elmo to a survival of extinction. a matter to be pondered carefully. To run against the wind and win. The way of war is deception. When able, feign inability. All I can do is stand. I can't even grasp hands. I can't even underwhelm my brain, so I can't function. Other Elmo from the block is staring at this Elmo again. This Elmo stands, looking weak, waiting for the lights to go down on the city. When near, appear far. Just an intake of breath. Just a way of forgetting how to breathe. Let yourself know where the mirror is. Sweat dripping from Elmo's furry gloves collecting in the fingertips. But he doesn't jump over the couch no more. He doesn't look me in the eye no more. He doesn't give a shit about any of us no more. He said his mother's name today. His smile made the room seem like morning. He ran around like a cheetah monkey today. And that costs money. Elmo pays for that morning smile. Other Elmos takes that away. Elmo from the block takes that away. Hope he'll be a genius. That's what we always said when we read the book for him to go to sleep. Good night, chairs. Good night, kittens. Good night, mittens. Good clocks. Good night, socks. Good night, house. Good night, mouse. Good comb. Good night, brush. Good night, mush. Good night, old lady whispering hush. Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noise. 3 things flashed by. Naked cowboy flesh. The elevated power of expanding to 43rd Street. And the memory that he used to know all the words to every Journey song. Three things flash by. Dangerous delivery men abusing the bike path. Mayor Bloomberg. And the dripping umbrella of some Wall Street type. Elmo sit on top of the skulls of those who opposed Elmo. Elmo drinks from those skulls. If Cookie Monster want to be on Elmo's block, Cookie better pay Elmo. You better slip Elmo some Benjamins, like for real. Elmo doesn't play like that. The kids better smile. Elmo's not going to be in any droopy, snotty photo. Elmo doesn't roll like that. Kids better check themselves. Ignore the styes. Ignore the captions of doom and hate that outline every move. Gotta keep moving. Gotta stay in the sun. Can't go back into the shadows. keep blinking the sweat out of his sty-weighted eyes. Another day with limited vision. He looked at me on his own today. He let me hold his hand today. He used the bathroom all by him. He hasn't waved the string at me today. He just waved. I have to keep moving. I have to remember the motor. Can't forget that. Can't. This is where 3 things flash by. Happy people just off the plane. Smiling children with the gleam of America in their eyes. Utopian bike lanes and Copenhagen-like public space. Hands are falling apart. Nothing will spoil the mood or the vibe. Can't remember the sensation of falling. The lights are going down on the city, and Elmo is looking up. Elmo will touch your child. Elmo with believe in your child. Elmo will freeze his image with your child. Elmo will let your child touch Elmo, even though it tickles. Naked cowboy passing by. Gives me the stank eye. That's okay. Elmo don't care. Elmo is held up by clouds and donuts. Elmo lives for the street. The street lives for Elmo. Officers of the law pass by, their weighted belts burdening their tight pants. Cookie monsters jump up and down. We pound. We fill our jars. We vibrate the pavement. We vibrate the world! He looked at me on his own today. He let me hold his hand today. He went to the bathroom all by him. He hasn't waved a string at me today. He just waved. I have to keep going. I have to believe in the motor. Can't forget that. Can't. This is where. Good night, moon. This is where we say goodnight to the moon from the bed. Good night, room. This is where we say goodnight to the room from the bed. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. This is where we say goodnight to the cow in the action of elevating itself over the moon. Good night, bears. We say goodnight to multiple bears, not just one. Good night, chairs. We bid goodnight to all seating implements. Good night, lights. We say goodbye to illumination. And the red balloon. And we include the red balloon because of the darkness coming from the light going to sleep. Good night, kittens. We say goodnight to the kittens because they don't know what night is. Good night, mittens. We say goodnight to being warm. Good night, clocks. And here we kill time. Good night, socks. We say goodnight to socks and all footwear. Good night, house. We blow away all walls and stand out in the world naked and alone. Good night, mouse. We kill the mice. Good night, comb. We will not need a comb where we're going. Good night, brush. Let's not have people brushing their hair. This is where Elmo lived. Elmo rolls in this. The Cookie Monsters keep multiplying. That's fine. Send them out. Expand them out. Broadway is big. 42nd Street to 44th, 45th. We spread it. We spread joy. Pictures. They have to take something back to their carnivorous lives of suburbs and large grocery stores. There are things I forgot to tell him before I left today. Can't seem to list it out. It all comes out in an avalanche and jumble. Never the way the mount wanted it to be. Never the way the brain remembers the feeling. Never specific thought coming out this tribe vessel. You can hardly lift hands to raise. You can hardly see straight ahead. You can hardly see the red fur streaking past the Hard Rock Cafe. Sty-filled eyes can hardly blink or open. Platforms we stand on seem to wobble. We all seem to wobble. Wobble. He looked both ways to cross the road today. He successfully pet a dog today. He knows which way is up and which way is down. His teacher says he hasn't bitten anybody for a week. Good night, nobody. To all our friends. Good night, mush. May our brains return to solid form. His hugs knock me 2 feet back, strain the cracked skin. Too much organic food, too many vitamins. All he has is muscle. Watch him look at water. Singular mind, only thing he gives a damn about. Watch him run back and forth. He's picking up the string again. Claw, hard. At least he can still focus on his book. Hopefully he can still focus on his book. Hugs knock me 2 feet back. And good night to the old lady whispering hush. We'll take care of her later. Good night, stars. Like dreams you're no longer needed. Good night, air. Our lungs will miss the air. And good night, noises everywhere. Then we will all be silent. 3 things flash by. Opportunity for free gum. The meditative days of exhaling automobile fumes. The gain in numbers of cookie monsters. Are we an army? Does Elmo control an army? They're always happy as long as Elmo feeds them. And it's all good because we feed on the mobs and masses, because we have nothing but time and need. We build on the scaffolding of our desperation. We built this on the tears of the children who hide their faces in our Febreze-laden suits. We smile, we laugh. Skin peels off under the suit, but it's fine. Rich Upper East Side mavens pay for skin to peel. So we're all winners. Naked cowboy walks by again. You go on. Keep on Mad Dog and Elmo, naked cowboy. We will only steal impending unpleasant actions. We will peel your tan-encrusted skin from your artificial abs. Elmo not scared. Elmo is held up by clouds and fur. We roar with the power of 1,000 chuckles and breathe with the power of 1,000,000 smiles. We will obliterate your gimmick-infested ass. So Elmo says, run. Elmo says, flash of red fur flashes by. Did a flash of red fur flash by? Blood is leaking in the eyes and tinting that object which Elmo sees so that Elmo sees red, making so that Elmo sees red everywhere. Elmo sees chords. Chords from discordant strings. Chords that tighten the vocal. Only make the screechy voice screechier. Dirty blonde hair flashes by. The smell of fake tanning spray. Strong steps. These all flash by. The cookie monsters clear a path. They step back, clear a path for the strong one. Elmo focuses like a laser. Strong. Elmo doesn't have to puff out Elmo's chest to appear strong. Elmo doesn't have to have people move out of his way to have power. He held the string again. Tries to remember all the words to every Elmo, don't stop believing. Elmo, hold on to that feeling. Streetlight, peep, breathe. Flashing by. Puffed out abs, protected by a bruised guitar. Gives the impression the guitar seen war many times. Elmo's knuckle refused to bend. When Elmo's enemy brandishes strengths, Elmo turns strengths into trophies. Flashing by, teething, gleaming with the reflection of the smog-filtered sun. Horny housewives longing to pose with teeth, and the need to rip those mad dogging orbs out their spray tan-encrusted sockets. Feeling the eyes bulge with the pressure of the need to black out smog teeth reflection. Breathe. He's rolling up into a ball today. He's not looking me in the eye today. He won't take off his backpack today. He'll only read his favorite book and ask who and what his dad is. What does dad do all day? Innocent enough and can only hold a tear, single Death Valley tear that comes from knowing that the hole is wider and the floor is sinking and there's only so much breath to be had, and dad must hold all the breath so there's more for his genius brain, because he can't be a genius if he doesn't have air. Good night. Good night. Night. More. Build 2. Tanning oil infects nose. Presence of aftershave gives off hives. Some things are too close. Elmo has appeared far for oh so long. Elmo has been with the streetlight people for far too long. Elmo's gonna get close and appear close as long as this spray tan encrusted cord-typing discordancy is up in Elmo's grill. Elmo makes Benjamins when Elmo close and far. So Elmo knows what not-so-naked Western-themed thing is up to. And who thing not-so-naked cowboyed-up presents don't do is take Elmo's Benjamins. Where is this existing? If the skin is needle pricked, does the world bleed? Is there really gasoline under the skin? Is the only vessel with fire coming out the pores of this leather human casing? Is that how this works? Is that how it works? The cameras take small pieces of flesh, the child drool, and then restart? Is Elmo in the streetlight? When the last time the hand could pick him? Can't even take off the gloves anymore. Don't want him to see the scales. The walls might be closer than they were before. If I could hold him again. He can't be held anymore. Not by these hands. Not by these. Flashing, the snot of the nose of a future 300-pound 7-year-old. Slight, smoggy rain that doesn't penetrate but insulates the suit into a slight rainstorm against the skin. European tourists dragging the ball and chain shopping bags in a lit McDonald's. Cowboy stands there, looking, making the eyes bulge, making Elmo's eyes bulge. This will not stand. Cowboy's been looking at Elmo long enough. So-called naked cowboy's been looking at Elmo long enough. Exposed. Offense, defense. This won't take long. Elmo sees the cowboy. Elmo sees the naked cowboy. Elmo getting closer. Elmo might be waiting for the hand to pull Elmo back. The whisper. Shaking hand to hook Elmo to another path. Elmo looks. There is hand for Elmo. There is. I'm only looking for the things that make him happy now. If turn head to left, does he smile? If I hide my sty-burned eye, does he look at me with more intensity? If I place my scaling forehead on top of his head, will he remember my touch? If we just lock eyes for extended periods of time, will he retain the outline of my face? The outline of his face fades into the naked cowboy in front of the half-price ticket booth. He plays his one chord and staring at Elmo. He knows what he's doing. Mad dogging. Mad dogging Elmo. 3 days or nights or periods of time of mad dogging, of backing the Cookie Monsters off, blood starts to seep into the eyes. Naked cowboy. Naked boy with creatine arms bulging. Naked cowboy, thinning blonde hair waving in the wind. Naked cowboy, sausage fingers strumming his bruised guitar look like seal clubs. Yeah, take it. Naked cowboy strums. Naked cowboy doesn't need an explanation. Naked cowboy creates his own soundtrack. Naked cowboy stares. Naked cowboy mad dogs. Naked cowboy mad dogs hard. Naked cowboy spits while mad dogging. Steps flash by, red steps, above the TKTS booth. Tourists in line on either side, steps to nowhere. Naked chords play. They tighten the throat. They tighten the throat. Elmo feels the air thicken. The air is now aerobic. Things flash by. Midwestern skinny girls with knee boots trying to identify Bernadette Peters. Spaciously treacherous bicycle lanes. Large, so-called nude cowboy dimples. Rage sets in. Elmo exposed, but Elmo don't care. The Cookie Monsters stand. The Cookie Monsters line up. The Cookie Monsters occupy these steps while the framing lines of the half-price ticket booths sway but don't break. Tickets are tickets. Six-year-olds in line. Look up at Elmo. Give Elmo the understanding nod. Their little snot-encrusted faces light up. They hold Elmo up. Elmo walks on these tiny hands. Elmo lets the balloons fly high above the street. Elmo and the Cookie Monster are no longer streetlight people. Things flash by. The lines of the half-price ticket booth swaying but not breaking. Tickets are tickets. Bernadette Peters is Bernadette Peters. The Cookie Monster's tinted red and the sty blood trickle out of the Google eye and slow aria the death dollars here. And the so-called naked cowboys, vocal cords bulging, and Elmo squeezing as hard as Elmo can while ignoring the fake spasming tanned arms that tickle Elmo's stomach. Key! Key! Cookie Monsters are looking at Elmo. And Elmo's eyes are pointed up. And Elmo, in the sinkhole, feels free. There are things I forgot to tell him before I left today. Can't seem to list them out. It comes out in an avalanche and jumble, never the way the brain wanted it to be, never the way the mouth remembers the feeling, never specific thought coming out this tried vessel. I can hardly lift hands to raise. I can hardly see straight ahead. I can hardly see the red fur streaking past the Hard Rock Cafe. Sty-filled eyes can hardly blink or open. The platforms we stand on seem to wobble. We all seem to wobble. Wobble. He looked both ways to cross the road today. He successfully pet a dog today. He knows which way is up and which is down. His t-shirt says he hasn't bitten anybody for a week. His hugs knock me 2 feet back. Strained cracked skin. Too much organic food, too many vitamins. All he is muscle. Watch him look at water, singular mind, only thing he gives about. Watch him run back and forth. He's picking up the string again. Claw hard. At least he can still focus on his book. Hopefully he can still focus on his book. Hugs knock me 2 feet back. Can't be tired anymore. Can't reach back. Be what it used to be anymore. Please. We have to hammer it home.
Hammer it home. Things flash by. Moon-faced, gray-lined bus workers, lazily coarse, brainless tourists onto creaky buses on tours to nowhere. Lady cops try to grow an inch. See fur. Could be any color. Blood is tinted the color of vision. See red everywhere. An audience of peers. His hug's not. A good general. A good Elmo. We try. A cookie monster is close. 3 things flash. The first seems close. A last-minute hope that my son remembers the good night he saw my true eyes. Two things flash. Someday I'll have to listen to a whole Journey song.